What's going on? I wanna share a little family uh their pleadings with me. I'm gonna give you four different people's examples. Uh, I remember there was a time, someone just asked me, you ever think about joining the military? Um, I always use the same excuse. Oh, I got a criminal record because I don't want to sound anti-patriotic, because that's not what's going on here. It's more like coming once you have certain understandings, certain realizations. Their mumbo jumbo magicianry doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, the people in the military, I ain't got nothing against them. It's the politics behind it is the real thing. It's the politics. It's the magicians. It's the Wizard of Oz. You know what I'm saying? That is my beef is with. So to attack the Wizard of Oz, their job is to guard the wizard, but with blind faith, basically. They're indoctrinated and trained and brainwashed into blind faith. In some cases, not in all cases. Some of them come to realizations, and they just, like my buddy said that came back from the war. He said, "Man, it was just a hustle." He was like, "This is a way for me to make a way for myself in life, and I took it." But they do have to trade a heavy price for these things. All right. When I grew up, since Mother's Day, this is my grandmother. She is a Indian woman. She was in the Navy. Okay. She was married to my grandpa Joe. My surrogate grandfather. You know what I'm saying? But he still is my grandfather. But he's a Vietnam vet. So they were very active in the vet groups. You know what I'm saying? Because it was activism. It was like that. It was what my grandma was a war era naval nurse. You know what I'm saying? My mother also was a naval nurse. My other grandfather, Jim, he was a naval nurse as well. Some people might consider that a real pansy job, but look, my grandpa, man, he was Mac Daddy, man, basically. And he wasn't a very awesome looking dude. It was just he had personality. And here's another thing: when people know what the f they're talking about, it's attractive. You know what I'm saying? To people, and I think that's one of the effects he used to woo people. You know what I'm saying? But he taught me a lot of stuff, man. And all these people did, and especially when it comes to pertaining to the military. I remember my mom was telling me that I should join the military because I need discipline. We just had this conversation the other day, and she goes, "I joined the Navy to get discipline," and I goes, "Mom, that wasn't discipline. It was indoctrination." See, the terminologies, let's just call things what they are. You know what I'm saying? I was like, real discipline is like being a crackhead and then being able to go back into the crack infested streets and preach to someone without being tempted by the crack. Look, by taking yourself out of a situation and putting yourself in a totally controlled environment isn't really discipline. It's like I said, that's like a cult setting where they separate you from everyone else, teach you a particular doctrine. You're special. You're part of the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? You're part of the inner elite circle. Whatever. It's just pure pressuring, just little nudging you deeper and deeper and deeper and farther away. You can't blame people, man. Because like I said, all these people done took the same bait. See, that reminds me of that movie, Fahrenheit 9/11, where this woman was all like, she was like, it was almost like, it was funky how wacky she got when she mentioned the military and how she made all her children join the military. At the end of the movie, she's crying because her son got killed. And it's like this, man. My grandma told me, she goes, "Look, dude, you're a minority. This country has never been fair or equal. They have oppressed people. They lied about the treaties. They do kill people. She was pro-black, their civil rights movement. So I mean, look, I was raised in that type of culture. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not a black man myself, but you know, I can empathize with them being an Indian dude and always being the guy that the cops fucking single out when the white dudes were guilty. You know what I'm saying? But since I had a hint of tint, as my grandma called it, they always would pick on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is like that. And look, let me give my testimony. Let me tell you what it is. See, the stupid neoconservative mindset that people have. I've been noticing this lately. They always blame the victim. They always try to flip it and redirect it and be like, it's your fault. When then give the fucking system, the corrupt system, a total pass. You know what I'm saying? And not even and deny that these things it's like that. You know what I'm saying? That it's borderline fascist. It's corporatist, basically, dude. Our whole fucking political society, man, our indoctrination, our ideological society is really fascism. But back in those days, it was different. It wasn't as outright and out in the open. But grandma told me never to join the military because they would send me off to die. She says that's exactly what they do to minorities. If you look at Rex 84, the King Alfred plan, literally, it says in the event of a continuity of government situation, they take all the white soldiers and they round up the black soldiers and put them in the fucking FEMA camps after they go to their hood and get their people in the camps. Just like they did with the freaking Indians. So come on, man. Like I said, listen. Those who don't learn from history are doomed to freaking repeat it. You know what I'm saying? And look, I honor my family's word. You know what I'm saying? To some extent, people wouldn't think that if they were just to fucking spy on me for a couple of months and think they fucking know me. You know what I'm saying? So there's two testimonies. The mother, since it's Mother's Day, I'll throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't. That's just how deceived and wrapped up people can get. You know what I'm saying? That they can't see things for what they are, and they especially target the women out here. You know what I'm saying? They pump them up full of pride, and you know what I'm saying? Set them up for failure so they can come and capitalize when they break fucking down. Uh, it's all fucking bullshit. But my grandpa Joe, Vietnam, I listened to him talk to the people he killed in this every night. Like a lot of the time, I'd hear him literally talking to the people he killed and how he was saying he was sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's the real. That's that. Look, before you talk about patriotism, talk about that post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, and listen, it's not a disease. These people aren't. There's nothing wrong with them. It was when trauma happened, it rips up your psyche, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've been through all kinds of traumas myself, man. I have PTSD. Because of the war on drugs, the war on terror, the war on education, the war on poverty, the war on the economy, whatever. All these freaking operations, dude, psyops. And these deliberate terminologies, man, which are hypocritical, dude. Just totally Orwellian. Grandpa Joe told me never join. He goes, but they did say this. If you do join, they said try to get in the Navy or the Air Force because you're less likely to go directly into combat. I mean, you can look in the Bible where David sent off one of his homies to get killed so he could get his wife. You know what I'm saying? That's the grimy stuff that goes down. And just like I heard this story about a dude who got sacrificed by the Illuminati because they be running really the military. They have their own cliques like Blackwater, JSOC. And you know, I mean that's quite horrible. It reminds me of Fahrenheit 9/11. But what's weird is how that generational gap there was a little window where like where one generation had to feel the racism and all the the past evils. You know what I'm saying? And then the ones who weren't exposed to it, how easier it is to trick them. But the people who went through it, you can't lie about it. Like, once again, and I've heard all kinds of horrible stories, horror stories. Smoking boots with no look, bomb come down, boots smoking, fucking dude's gone, or a dude popping his head out of a tank, getting his decapitated by a rocket, shit like that. I mean, I've heard all kinds of horror stories. So I can only imagine what they're seeing now, and I can only imagine. Look, in 10, 20 years after these people come home, they're gonna be talking to the people they killed, saying they're sorry. Cause you know what I'm saying? If it was all swell and goodly, they wouldn't be feeling that way. In retrospect. But Grandpa Jim, same thing. He said, "Look, Chris, when I got in, he goes, there was ethics, morals. He goes, but the ethics and the morals of this country have changed. This is right after 9/11 too. That he's telling me this. He goes, it's totally satanic and totally taken over by basically the UN. You know what I'm saying? He was aware of this world government. He was always fucking constantly. They used to call him a Bible nut, conspiracy nut, all those titles. But look, the dude was freaking right. I mean, he was like almost like a prophet. I mean, in a way, that's how good he was at deciphering and putting it into common terms and pointing out that's scripture, Chris. That's scripture. This was written a book 20 years ago. He was always pointing out everything, and it's so remarkable. And I have that talent as well. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. But once again, he told me not to join. So there's look. I want to honor my veteran family members and honor their wishes, and not fall for the traps. See this, and here's another that's neoconservative shit. It's like, look, they purposefully crash the fucking economy so people like me have no other opportunity than go to the fucking military, go murder for them. You know what I'm saying? Or get fucking MK Ultra or experimented on with fucking experimental vaccines that give you Gulf War syndrome. And AIDS. You know what I'm saying? AIDS was created in a freaking lab. You know what I'm saying? Fucking by the Defense Department. In Lies We Trust, that movie. Watch it. But just wanted to throw that out there real quick, man. This ain't no game, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with your life. Don't. Their job ain't to protect you or make your life good, man. You're expendable. You're just chattel and cattle, dog.